There was ESPN story about Big Ten coaches wanting there to be punishment for Michigan right here, right now. I mean, obviously schools are mad, and they think that Michigan should be punished right here, right now. And I'm always been a fan of due process, Gator, and it really doesn't matter the school because we've been in these sensitive areas before, and it wasn't always Michigan, and we've always talked about it. You're kind of in the same boat. But we're asking Michigan fans today how you want the school to react. Do you want them to fight all of this, or do you want them to cooperate? And we've talked about this last week, but I think these decisions are being made at the administrative level at Michigan as to how to approach this, because historically cooperating can help you when it comes to punishment being doled out. But, if you could also fight it tooth and nail, which there seems to be loopholes and chances for them to do that if they so choose. And I think these are decisions that are being made at very high levels, but how would you handle it?
Well, it's interesting because you look at how they handled the previous investigation that looked like they were getting towards a settlement there, and then the NCAA called off the negotiations, and Michigan and Warde Manuel self-imposed a 3-game suspension of Coach Harbaugh. I wonder if this situation, if Warde Manuel is tired of defiant Jim, if he's tired of, hey, it wasn't on my watch, or I had no knowledge of this was a lone wolf type thing. If Warde Manuel doesn't care anymore, if that's the case, whether it is or isn't, let's just presume for the second right now that it is the case, it was a lone wolf. Does Warde Manuel say, it doesn't matter, there's too many things that have happened under your watch, we're going to take action right now, and we'll suspend you for, whatever it is. We're going to suspend you for the first 4 games of next year. Do they take that approach, or are they going to, buddy up together and say, this wasn't Jim's fault. This was some guy that's out there acting on his own. If that's the case, if that's what the evidence shows. Yeah. If there's any evidence that shows contrary to that, then I wonder if gives Warde Manuel the opportunity to just say, forget it. We're throwing the coach under the bus. You knew about this. We're trying to distance ourselves from a program, from something that's that just you've gotten away with too much, and we're tired of it.
Let's get back to your phone call. Steve, you're on 97 on the ticket. Hi, Steve.
Hey, guys, like the show. You know what?
Thank you.
I don't think Michigan's guilty of anything for one reason. Everybody is taking an advantage and trying to cheat. If you look at the whole system, what about this NIL money? One school can offer way more money, or a donor can, than other schools. That's an advantage. What about these, like Northwestern? You get a stud player that's dumb as a houseplant, and they get him into the academic approval rating, get him into the school. That's an advantage. What about the portal? Everyone taking students, they leave. How do coaches recruit these guys? Everybody's looking for an advantage. And I think what's going on in the Big Ten right now – go ahead.
But I was going to say, but there are rules in place, and if you violate the rules, then you're in trouble. And if you violate the rules of recruiting or NIL or whatever the case is, admissions, you're going to find yourself in trouble. And this is a program right now that we haven't seen this before.
Well, there's something that Steve brings up, though. He brought up 3 things, none of which I think are illegal by NCAA rules.
No, but here's what I wanted to say. The rules of the game aren't legal. There is no precedent. What would truthfully be an illegal thing? If someone broke in to a player's room, got his playbook, and took it, yeah, that is totally illegal. Or if someone bugged one of the press boxes and were able to listen in on coaches, yeah, that's a hard situation.
You're talking about crimes.
Yes. I mean, okay. I could pay my father to get.
There's a difference between legalities and breaking rules. Obviously, this isn't a criminal case. This is about breaking rules, and rules are there. Rules are in place. And the examples you gave,
let's say I was a coach.
How different is that? How different is that from? You're talking about breaking in and stealing somebody's playbook. How different is it than sending a scout ahead of time and filming the signals?
Well, what about a coach or a family member sending a relative to a competitive team environment like my old man going to Ohio State and sitting on the 50-yard line? and being able to look at everything, taking pictures, taking this. I mean, is that illegal? Hell,
if you can prove
nothing.
it.
What is?
It's not
Exactly.
illegal. It's against the rules.
Yeah.
There's a distinction.
I guess what
there.
I'd be looking for.
No one's going to jail.
I'd be looking for this guy on the Central Michigan sideline. I want to see receipts. Did he get refunded by U of M? Did he get hotel room by U of M paid for?
Steve, you probably would need a hotel room, but I would say that, following the money, if it comes back to inside Schembechler Hall or inside the university, that would be very problematic for Michigan. Steve, thank you. We go to another Steve next here on 97.1 The Ticket. Hi, Steve.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. Great topic.
Sure.
I think that the one angle that I haven't heard anybody talk about yet, it is the money angle, and that's what makes me think that the Big Ten is going to do absolutely nothing, because they have another chance to put two teams in the college football playoffs, and that's huge. And so I don't think that they're going to jeopardize that, because in the end, it always comes down to money.
It's a very cynical approach, and there may be truth to it. I mean, we've cynically said and jokingly applied it to this case. What do the people who run college football think? What do Fox think? What does ESPN? What do the networks think? Yeah.
What's best for them is that Michigan is not knocked out of it because they're a draw.
If I said this,
and with controversy, they're a bigger draw.
Look, that's not the way it should be. They should.
Of course not.
Yeah, but very well may play a role here, and I very cynically look at that. But Gator, right now, if I were to ask you, what is going to be the highest-rated football game, maybe college football game
Michigan, Ohio State,
maybe ever?
Yeah.
I mean, the drama that's building up towards this one is massive, and I'm not, very cynically, that guy might be onto something that is something I think could play a role. Not that it should, but it could.